Okay, so after a couple of elementary school episodes, we are going to do some actions. So under the management, we can go to the dev tools. So this is where the magic happens. We are going to get some info about our cluster, our nodes, and our indices in here. But we're not going into some complex queries just for now. Of course, we will in the near future. And I'm going to show you how exactly Elasticsearch queries work. So Elastic query language basically is very similar to RESTful APIs. So there is the verb, which can be get, post, put, and even delete, and there is the path as well, but the path may differ from what you have worked with. I don't know, PHP, Python, or anything else. So in here I have forward slash, for instance, cluster, and I'm going to get the health of that cluster. So there are two sections to the path that we just created or just called. The first section, which begins with cluster, which begins with underscore cluster, actually, is our API. So the API is regarding the Elasticsearch itself, as well as the command, which is our second section of the path for that API, for that RESTful API actually. So as you can already guess, we are going to get the health situation of our cluster. If I click run in here, this little green button, I get some information, which most of it is not our concern right now, but you can simply go through some of them. So the cluster name, as it is obvious, is Elasticsearch. If you refer to our previous episodes on this series, we talked about Elasticsearch and kibana.yml files, where you can simply change the cluster name or node name and everything. The status is currently yellow. We are not going to talk about the status just now. Maybe yours is green. That's not important right now, but we are going to talk about it in the near future. The number of nodes, of course, is 1, which we are going to take a look at in a second, and other things that may or may not come in handy. The next thing, the next simple query is going to be underscore cat and nodes. And if I run this, as you can see, the data is kind of gibberish and we don't know what's what. Something that you can do is to add question mark and v. This will command the kibana to put some headers for us to make it more human readable. So as you can see, the node name is master node or master name, and the IP is our famous local host, and the heap person, RAM person, CPU load, and everything else, it's here as well. So this is where you can get some basic info about your nodes, which we have just one, which name is master, of course. And last but not least, we can get some info about our indices, and as you can see, it's pretty nice that we get auto completion in here. But something you may need to know is that because the query language is based on RESTful APIs, you can put your queries, put these things everywhere, anywhere you can, anywhere you actually test other APIs of your own preferred language or your own work, like Postman or even Chrome or everything else. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And if I run this, as you can see, I can put dash, I can put a question mark v here as well. We get something, yeah. So the health, the duck count, the status, the index, and UUID, and other things. So as you can, if you were with us from the first episode, we created sample data from dummy data from the kibana. So there's this with the status of green, and we also created employees index. So we already have two indices, one with yellow, one with green, one with one dog count, and one with 4675. And the storage size is actually here as well, and other things that you may find it handy. But if you want to be sure that this data is pretty it's real and it's updated, we can simply go over the management, the stack management and index management, and as you can see, yeah, so we have employees and kibana sample data. So yeah, that's, I guess, pretty much it. We are going to uh, tweak some more queries, some more complex queries, but for now I think it's enough. But you can always go nuts. There are some other uh, commands in here, and you can also go under the elastic.co, and you can see other APIs as well. But we are going to cover the most important ones in the future.